Hey guys, Mike Toy, Bonsai Boise. So it is Halloween here. Um, I'm going to be winterizing the trees today, hopefully before all the trick-or-treaters come. And I have taken some short updates of the fall colors on the trees. I tried to do it 4 weeks in a row, but I skipped a week. So I've got basically 3 weeks worth of fall color updates, so you can kind of see it a little bit change colors throughout that time. So I'll show that first, and then I'll give you the before look here. And then all I'm really going to be doing is taking the trees off of the benches, putting them up against the fence where they can still get rainwater, because as you can see, they're covered right here, but they're not here. They'll still be protected from wind and real harsh elements over the winter. But yeah, I'm just going to store them right next to the fence. And I've got this old plastic kiddie pool that I'm going to drill a bunch of holes in, put some pine bark in that, and then I'll put some of the more smaller and sensitive trees in the pine bark, which is in the kiddie pool. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I don't know how long it's going to take, or if I'll even be able to finish that today. It's about 5 o'clock, and trick-or-treaters will be coming soon, I'm sure. So I'm going to get as much done as I can, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterward. But in the meantime, enjoy 3 weeks worth of fall color updates. Well, I should have waited 1 week, maybe even one more week, to do an update, because now I've got some really cool colors going. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough, just a couple of minutes, and just walk through and look at them. Silver maple here, oak leaf sumac back there, Siberian elms, silver maple, Japanese maple, juniper, Siberian elm, cotonoster, Shantung maple. Yeah, I think another week, even from now, will be even better. But hey, this red maple's starting to look kind of cool. I like how the stems are red like that. Blueberry and some other odds and ends, some silver maple back there, wisteria, crabapple. Doing the air layer on that in the spring, looking forward to that. Some potatoes, not bonsai, and corkscrew willow, and dwarf Korean lilac. The willow looks cool with the roses in the back. Kind of makes it look, well, I don't know. Kind of looked cool for a second, but yeah. Anyways, that was just a quick walkthrough because had some cool color that I wanted to show. I'll do this again in about a week. Have a good night. And now here it is, one more week later, October 7th. I think it's been about a week since I updated it last. I'm now a little bit concerned for my air layer on this honeysuckle, because as you can see below the air layer, they're all green. Above the air layer, it's all yellow. So I don't know. Oak tree hasn't really started changing colors yet. Honey locust has. Green ash has. Silver maple, very colorful. This Virginia creeper is just extra creepy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why they call it that. I think it's a funny name, but man, it sure is pretty in the fall. Oak leaf sumac back there, looking nice and yellow, getting a little orange in spots. The western sand cherry starting to yellow up a little bit. Siberian elm getting a little yellow. That's basically all they do. There's another Virginia creeper that is not as colorful. Didn't get as much full sun as the other one did. Silver maple. This one's just starting to get colorful. Japanese maple. Shantung maple, which has not really started to get colorful yet. It's Kind of a bummer because this thing is really pretty when it starts getting colorful. Zelkova. I don't know what it's going to do. It got one leaf here that's getting red. Bay willow. This one got neglected a little bit, as you can see. It's growing all kinds of hairy. Red maple. Like parts of it is starting to get colorful and parts are not. Amur maple. Blueberry bush, which needs a nice big haircut. Loki the willow. Got a silver maple, kind of a fusion deal. I need to tape it up some more. Didn't tape it quite enough. More silver maples. I had this guy wired up for a little while, and just to give it some shape to start with, and then now it should go at that rate for a while. More silver maples. Wisteria. Not much to look at there. Crab apple. Nice and healthy. Not turning colors yet. A couple of potato plants. The willow. And the dwarf Korean lilac. And that's it for now. Alright, so here's another look. So it's now October 30th. I think I missed a week in there. I was trying to do this once a week, but there's the blueberry. I didn't realize blueberries gave so much color, and I never noticed that before. Honeysuckle. My oak tree. It's pretty dry, actually. Japanese maple. This silver maple put on a lot of cool color. Here. I'm liking that. Siberian elm. So you can see it is starting to turn colors now, but it just kind of turns yellow and they fall off. I guess it's a little orangey. Maybe I was being too harsh. Siberian elm forest. Western sand cherry. Catalpa. Another silver maple. This one's on the last leg of its leaf changing. Silver maple. Juniper. Cotonoster. Another Japanese maple here. There's the Shantung maple. It's finally starting to turn some colors. Not many though. Here we go. There's a few. Better representation. I always remember the Shantung maple having really cool colors in the fall. And it still might. I don't know. So far it's not. Amur maple here in the back. Amur maples are a little finicky sometimes. There's a willow. Red maple. Here's an Amur maple. Look at the color on this one. That looks cool. Great color on that. Got some more Amur maples and willow cutting and some silver maples. Another blueberry. Huh, note to self, so I guess blueberry bushes do have a good color in the fall. Some silver maples. Loki the willow. The wisteria. Crab apple. Corkscrew willow. And the dwarf Korean lilac. See the buds there, but no leaves. So there it is. It's another late October, fall look at the colors. All right, so I'm done. That was hard. I always forget how much work that is. It's such a tight space, so taking trees off the bench, setting them down, clearing out the bench, put the trees back where they were, then put them in the right way. Yeah, anyway, so let me give you a look. Okay, let's go down here and start at the far end. So this is the third year that I've been storing them here over the winter. First year, I had all of them tucked away in pine bark. They did fine. And then the second year, I don't think I put hardly any of them in pine bark. I think at one point I just brought a bag of pine bark over, opened it up and stuck a few ones in there. And they were still all fine. So this year I'm going kind of in the middle. So there's a couple of silver maples and a lilac. But then I got, I tried to put the bigger ones kind of on the outside, just to sort of enclose the smaller ones and the ones in the more shallow pots in there better, kind of like that. So you can see like the Siberian elm forest back there. It's, oops, sorry for the shaky camera here. You see it's a really shallow pot, so I tried to tuck it away a little bit better. And some of the trees that, you know, don't really have much character yet in the first year, and I, to be frank, don't really care about as much. Put them on the outside. They're the front line. But then here, this is the first year I'm trying this. More of my redneck ingenuity. So just an old plastic swimming pool. Drilled a whole bunch of holes in it. That part is very important because you don't want water and moisture just sitting in there so they get root rot. But I drilled a whole bunch of holes, put a layer of pine bark down, put some of the more sensitive trees in it, put more pine bark in there so that they're all kind of not buried but snug, and we'll see how that goes. And then again, just put the more hardy ones on the outside. Kind of need to tuck that in a little bit better, kind of like that. Blueberry, more pine bark, wisteria, crabapple. So that's it. That's the winterization of the trees, along with a few weeks worth of fall color updates. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your winterization of your trees goes well too. I'll update more when there's more to update. Happy Halloween, everybody.